No thanks, love. I've eaten early.
It's none of my business.
Yes, it is. You've been great to me and I really appreciate it.
You don't know what I was going to say.
I can guess. You were asking me about Barry Grant again.
Yeah, I was.
Well, ask.
I just want you to be alright. I know he seems a nice bloke and everything, but do you know what you're doing?
No, Michelle, I'm not clear about anything. A couple of months ago I knew exactly what I wanted, and everything seemed uncomplicated. I mean, as far as dreams or ambitions or whatever was concerned. But now...
I don't suppose he'd take advantage. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing anybody can say, is there? I'm not too sure what I'm doing. I've just got to take each day at a time and do what I think is best. Barry Grant is just someone who I like, and he's been very good to me. He's not a substitute for Gavin, and he isn't trying to be.
What about bringing up the baby?
Hey, you'd be getting upset. I'll be alright, honest I will. It doesn't mean I'm completely alone in the world, is it? I've got a good family around me. I've found a few good neighbours, and I'm having a baby. I'll be alright.
Is there anything I should be telling you?
That paper reeks of middle-class smugness.
The Guardian?
Yes.
Whatever do you mean? We've always taken the Guardian.
It's always reeked of middle-class smugness.
Ah, home is the wanderer.
Brookside revisited.
Very droll, Father. Thought you were just popping out for the paper.
I decided to make the dinner. So left the Echo in the car.
How do you feel about the Echo, Lucy?
Parochial, small-minded, but some terrific spelling mistakes.
Lucy's practising for her stint and what the papers say.
Oh.
Does the Guardian suit you, Paul?
Oh, far too left-wing.
Left wing?
Left-wing.
Well, I don't want a biased view of the news. I just want the facts, and I find this a most balanced paper.
It's just that it reports poverty and injustice, but it doesn't do anything about it.
But it's a newspaper, not a government department. Perhaps you'd rather we took one of the popular tabloids.
Heaven forbid. Doesn't get hysterical about nuclear disarmament, is that it?
I didn't say it should get hysterical. I presume it has a readership of above slightly average intelligence.
That reeks of middle-class smugness.
And an intelligent readership shouldn't need leadership.
CND needs support.
Lucy, if you want to further a good cause, come and help me make the dinner.
What are we having?
Pasanda.
What's that?
Come on. You can learn some of the secrets of my culinary skills.
Hey, Beth, you look terrific.
Thanks. You don't think I've overdone it?
No, you look great. What time are you going out?
About 7. I know very early, but there wasn't much else to do.
Going anywhere special?
Don't know. I don't care, really.
Barry's out a lot.
He seems to get about a bit. He knows a lot of places.
He must earn plenty of money driving a car like that.
I think he's just the type of bloke who either has a lot or nothing.
A bit like
Gavin. Yeah. Isn't life ridiculous? I haven't got a money worry in the world now, and I'm expecting a baby.
What will you do about the baby?
What do you mean?
Will you know?
No, what do you mean?
It'll be a struggle for you.
You don't think I'd do anything other than look after it myself, do you? It's my child, Michelle. We'll be alright.
I know how much you wanted a kid. Of course, if you wanted to let someone else bring it up for you, nobody'd blame you.
I wouldn't even think about it, Michelle. This is 1983. There's a lot of one-parent families about and they manage.
With the way you look tonight, you'll have no problem getting.
Are you sure it should look like this?
Of course I'm sure. Now just put the turmeric and garam masala in, will you?
What's that?
That lot there. They teach you any domestic science at that school?
Yes. Teach us how to make scalps, blind scalps. Scalps with a lid on it? Or is that hot pot? I'm not sure.
Just mix that lot in, will you?
practices in here?
Oh, beef, yogurt, garlic, ginger.
Shouldn't you put curry powder in?
You don't put curry powder into real curries. That's a Western bastardization.
If I was still at Lady Mount, I'd probably have been taught that.
We know, Lucy, we know. So, what have you suddenly got against the Guardian?
The way they played down the C&D march.
Oops, out of the frying pan.
What do you mean? Come on, what do you mean, out of the frying pan?
Just bring that bone over here, will you? I mean, we're about to argue about C&D, not your current education.
The demerits of my current education, you know.
Couldn't we just talk about the weather or television?
Well, look, why not discuss our views on the Holocaust? Come on, you give me your points in favour of it.
Oh, clever little volley to start the match.
How long will it be?
Now we'll have to leave it to cook gently for about 40 minutes.
So, what do you think about the march, then?
I think they should march into Red Square, not Trafalgar Square.
Well, I think it's the Americans we should be afraid of and not the Russians.
Oh, is it now? Do you honestly consider that a crowd of crackpots in anoraks could influence world leaders?
Crackpots? Look, if world leaders were like them, we'd have nothing to fear.
Michael Foot in his donkey jacket, I ask you.
Oh, come on, that is typical of the media being childish. What does it matter what he wears? Not bad. And talking of suits and images, do you realise that for the first time in history, they've appointed a defence minister for the prime task of keeping the peace movement down?
Nonsense. Heseltine was appointed because he was the right man for the job.
Well, now, just a moment, Paul. I think Lucy could be right. But it's a bit silly when you think about it.
About what?
Michael Heseltine's charisma is supposed to win people away from the peace movement and boost public opinion in favour of cruise missiles.
Exactly.
Out, woman, out.
I just think the whole thing is ludicrous.
Ludicrous? It'd be ludicrous if Ivan the Terrible comes over here and we're all ruled from Moscow. Where would your anorak brigade be then?
Oh, come on. Do you really think the Russians want to invade us?
You've got a lot to learn, young lady. It's not as simple as that. Take Suez. When we went in there, your pacifists were screaming at us to get out.
Quite right.
Then the Russians marched into Hungary.
Yes, but you're talking about events that happened years and years
And
ago.
where are the Reds now? In Afghanistan. They're after the Gulf, that's obvious. Committed to expansion. But it was left to Foot and them and the rest of you lefties marching against their own country. There'll be nothing to stop them.
So you think sighting cruise missiles in this country will, do you?
Certainly. To show strength. A deterrent.
Like it deterred Argentina, I suppose.
Everything all right? Terrific. You're moving in soon, are you?
Tomorrow. Which way south?
I haven't a clue. Why does it matter?
Well, not really. Not for a while. I've a lot to do before that.
Oh, well, I'll be off.
Nice to meet you again, Rod.
Roger.
Roger.
What was he doing?
He asked me which way was south.
It'll be that way, won't it?
I don't know, I haven't a clue.
Why did he want to know?
He said it didn't matter.
Sound like them?
Hello.
Hello.
You're a bit later than usual, aren't you?
Oh, just a bit.
We've eaten, I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
casserole and everything.
Ooh, lovely. Thank
Oh,
God.
no dumplings, though, Mum. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight.
Nonsense. You two sit down and I'll get it for you.
Well, you had a good day?
Yep, fine, thanks.
What have you two been up to?
Well, I went down to the shops and you see what I've been doing in about a minute and a half from now. And by the way, I thought I spotted a rather obvious burglar earlier on.
Oh, our new neighbour, you mean?
Aye, I saw him lurking around the bungalow, so I went out and had a word with him.
Did he ask you which way was south?
No.
Oh, he asked me.
Well, perhaps he wants his bed to face south. There's something about that, isn't there?
You want another couple of them?
Yes, please. Look at the beds. I've been having a look at those plans of yours, Rosie. They don't seem too difficult.
No, it should be fairly straightforward. It's just a matter of finding the time.
Oh, it's not the wood now, it's the time. You've got plenty of time, Roger.
I have been rather busy lately.
You spent plenty of time helping that poor girl next door.
Reminds me, I must pop round and see her later on before it gets too late.
I managed to set them up.
Magic, you finally managed it.
No problem.
Oh, well, you saved me a job anyway.
We can concentrate on making the bed now.
You can't have it either, sleeping on the floor.
We do have a mattress.
Surprising how quickly you can get used to things.
Don't say that, but you've got to keep on at it.
Oh, she's been doing enough of that lately.
About taking me out?
That's right, you should be showing it off a bit.
Where's you wanted to go?
Oh, nowhere special. I'll tell you what, you can take me to the Everyman and we can have a meal there afterwards. It's the best theatre in Liverpool for something to eat.
Oh, I'm not that keen on the theatre.
You are keen on good food. Make a nice change. I'll find out what's on and book tomorrow.
When for?
I don't know. Weekend? What about you two? Will you still be here at the weekend?
Oh, I don't think so, love. Besides, I don't think I'd enjoy the theatre.
I don't think we've ever been to a proper theatre.
What do you mean a proper theatre?
Well, one that isn't stuck on the end of a pier.
Well, I tell you what, before you go back home, I'll treat you to a night at the Everyman, and I know you'll enjoy it.
Ooh, that's rather presumptuous of you.
What? The magic of a live production? Bohemian atmosphere? Good meal afterwards? It's terrific.
I'll tell you what we were thinking of, Evelyn.
What's that?
Well, you know it's our birthday week this week.
Oh, I hadn't forgotten.
I'm not saying it because of that, Mother. What I am saying is that we were thinking of going back on Sunday. But on Saturday, if it's all right with you, we'd like to have a bit of a do here, if that's all right.
What sort of a do?
Well, we've got on very well with the grants.
They've been very kind to us, ferrying us to church.
We thought we'd just ask them over for a drink. I mean, I supply the booze. I mean, there's no...
A drink, perhaps.
Aye. And then we could ask that young woman from next door as well.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, all right, maybe a glass of wine.
Well, something like that, huh?
Oh, I think it sounds reasonable, Rod.
Yes, all right. Well, maybe I'll ask her on a pot round later on. Yes, I mean, it might help cheer up a bit, I suppose. Oh, and I asked her if she mentioned those paving flags to Barry Grant.
Don't you think she's got enough to think about?
And they're expecting a baby as well.
The seekers of laying flags, Roger, there's plenty of sun.
Yes, Dad.